Welcome to another episode of the Tobago House of Assembly's Post-Executive Council Media Briefing. This week, the secretaries in the Division of Agriculture, Marine Affairs, Marketing and the Environment, Hayden Spencer and Godwin Adams, along with the Assistant Secretary for Community Development and Culture, Ansel Dennis, addressed the media.
First of all, I would like to inform the public that the division is experiencing a time of transitioning where we'll be moving into a new building located at number 10 Montessori Drive, Glen Road. And of course, the offices at the Main Street, Scarborough, as well as Ashura Court in Lower Scarborough, will be moving to that location. Moving began this week and should be completed by the end of this week. The office at Festivals Commission will be moving as well at a later date. However, the office at opposite the market at GNV Place will still be maintained. As well, the long outstanding Bethesda multipurpose facility will be commissioned on the 31st of March. Of course, we would have recently delivered the multipurpose facilities in Lowlands and Lambo, and Bethesda is the only outstanding one, and that will be delivered to the people of Bethesda on the 31st of March. As well, we have a number of community center refurbishment projects scheduled for this fiscal year. Some has already started. I think Golden Lane, John Dial, and Delaford are actually almost completed. Work is expected to begin in Castara, Mount Grace, Hope, Canaan, Mount Pleasant, and at a few other community centers throughout Tobago, where we will be extending refurbishments to various facilities across communities in Tobago. Of course, our priority is not only infrastructural development. We place major emphasis on the development of people here in Tobago. And hence the reason one of our programs, the Vocational Skills Training Program, was actually launched last Monday. And of course, the response so far from the people of Tobago has been overwhelming. My information is that droves of people have come to our office at Glen Road to register for this program. So I want to further encourage the people of Tobago, whether you're youth, senior citizen. Actually, we are catering for anybody over the age of 15, to come out and register for these programs. It's an opportunity to, acquire a skill in the creative industry where we'll be focusing mostly on. Of course, we would have added this year a number of new programs. First of all, cosmetology, as well as natural jewelry making, tailoring, and Pre-C and both Master 3 courses will be facilitated, as well as many other programs in various areas. Programs will be held at various community centers throughout Tobago, from as far as Charlottesville all the way down to Lowlands. So the schedule is available. It's posted on Facebook. I think it's available as well in the Tobago News. And I think it would have been, transmitted to the various media houses. So I am advising and encouraging the people of Tobago to really, access the schedule for these programs and participate in at least one of these free courses. Apart from that, later on this year, we will be undertaking our capacity building workshops. That is expected to start in the month of March. And later on in the year, we will be doing the usual Pride of Tobago project, of course, with a few changes. We will be, adding different aspects to that particular program.
First, let me say the long-awaited Swallows facility at Pigeon Point. It is now ready for commissioning and opening for use immediately. The date that we would have set for the commissioning and the opening of that fish facility is March the 16th, 2015. That facility is second to none in Trinidad and Tobago and even the region. And therefore, the fisher folks of that area will be outfitted with one of the better fishing facilities in Tobago. In the area, I want to also speak in the area of the Gibson Jetty. What we would have observed is that the division would have started some renovation works at the Gibson Jetty. The division has not yet completed its job, and members of the public are using the jetty at present. This is an appeal to reef tour operators, boat operators, tourists, that you are not to go to that area while the division is doing the necessary works that need to be done there. So we are pleading with you, the public, at this time, that if you can bear with us, because that Gibson Jetty area is within the Marine Park, and it's an restricted area. It's also in the wetlands. So the division has a responsibility to manage and monitor these areas. And therefore, we are pleading with you, the public, to, at this time where you will be granted limited access to that area, to be patient with us. In the other area that I wish to mention, it is our observation in the area of marine resources that promoters are promoting what we call carnival cool down and stuff like that for the marine park. We are making a plea to you, the public, that in your planning, you come to the Division of Agriculture, Marine Affairs, Marketing and the Environment before you go and engage your business people in promoting these fêtes. Because the marine park is not an area where you can promote those type of activities. And therefore, coming on stream soon will be a lot of sensitization programs that the division will be undergoing. Sensitizing you, the public, with the use of the marine park. It is our responsibility to preserve, protect the flora and the fauna in that marine park area. And therefore, the type of activities that has to take place in those areas must be monitored and must be given the okay by the Department of Marine Resources and Fisheries. So again, I beg your indulgence to bear with us. We are the custodians of this marine park, and therefore we are required by law, for there's a Marine Areas Preservation and Enhancement Act, Chapter 3702 of the Trinidad and Tobago laws. And we as the department, it is our responsibility to upkeep these laws. And you, the public, it is also your responsibility to adhere to these laws. So let us cooperate in the future for the protection and the preservation of our marine park.
The Scarborough market has been there for some time, and it has undergone some extensive weathering, and the area has become exceedingly challenging for the patrons in that space. In doing so, we want to extend to the market, the vendors, a facility that they can make themselves available to as a home away from home, making it comfortable for them to ply their trade, make it exceedingly comfortable for people who will visit the market, because you know the market is a very important location where a lot of socialization and a lot of current affairs are discussed. And we want to ensure that the marketplace is conducive for that kind of operations. we are also aware that when the cruise ships are here, the first place that they will look for is that marketplace. And other people from the populace of Tobago also, we will want to have these citizens come to a place that is homely and one that is pleasant for people to circulate. Yesterday afternoon, we had the first of many consultations that the division will have with the vendors, the fisherfolk, the clothing sales persons, and other business operated within that space. There were approximately 100 persons attending that consultation yesterday. What I must say is that the consultation was extremely cordial, and I want to thank all those people who were involved in that consultation for what I consider as a work that is sort of exemplary to how we should treat with our affairs. Everyone had a chance to say something, to have the comments, have the questions, make suggestions as to how they feel the upgrade and reconfiguration of that space should be done. So I want to assure you, the public, that we will continue to collaborate with all the major stakeholders in this operation. I will also want to say to the vendors and the operators within that space that throughout the implementation process, we are going to ask them to nominate persons to be on a committee that will take the process all the way to completion. So we do not want to lose sight of those vendors at all in this process. And we are going to make it possible, do everything possible to ensure that they are side by side with us in making these major adjustments to the Scarborough market. There is also some consideration. If we're going to, some things to consider then. If we are going to move from the Scarborough market, or if we're going to repair the Scarborough market, there is a need to relocate the vendors temporarily to another location. The vendors, yesterday at the consultation, they would have made at least 3 suggested areas. One at the Garden Side car park, a portion of the Garden Side car park. Another at the Old Milford Road Shore Park near Francis Auto Supplies. The other, which came on board whilst we were speaking yesterday, the use of the Tobago United Cooperative Society property at Carrington Street. All of these areas are going to be, we're going to do a lot of rationalization of these areas, see which area could be the best fit for the operations of the vendors, and we certainly will go forward. But let me say this, the Tobago United Cooperative property, that's totally private. And we have to consult with this entity so that we can put it into the mix and utilize the best option available to us, one that will suit the needs of the vendors in the short term. I also want to bring to your attention, or bring to the attention of the public, the work that the Department of Marketing is doing at this moment. They are involved in a program to upgrade the skills of agro-processors throughout Tobago. One workshop was held in January 28 and 29 in sausage and ham preparation. And this workshop was well subscribed to. I think it was over 30 persons who would have attended this workshop. And we have the good feeling that this is a worthwhile move towards improving the skills of processors on the island, and to even encourage younger people to get involved in agro-processing. And with that, we are going to be running another workshop in April. This workshop will be run by Griffith Laboratories in collaboration with the Tobago Hospitality and Training Institute. You will get further information as to the time and the venue that we are going to be holding these sessions. So with that said, I want to put the Tobago processors on notice that we are at the division are going to be coming once again to upgrade and to uplift and enhance and enrich the skills of our valuable agro-processors on the island. Sometime in the latter part of last year, we had serious collapse of the cliff or the slope, which goes down to the jetty at Plymouth. The division would have started to repair this serious erosion that was taking place in that area. However, the work started in December, and around that time, we had some very serious bad seas, and that would have curtailed the construction works there for some time. However, we would have recommenced work there, and work is going on speedily at that area so that we can stem that erosion problem and to give our worthy fisher folk an opportunity to access that place that they are accustomed to for many years. What I must also say, and I want to say thanks to the Honorable Orville London, who made an intervention, a very critical and serious intervention, to have that DLAP jetty at Plymouth taken down. We had a meeting that was held on the 12th, Thursday the 12th of February, a very successful and a very cordial meeting with the owner of the jetty, Mr. Gillett. What we must bear in mind is that Mr. Gillett is the owner of that specific area through a lease arrangement. And the Tobago House of Assembly could not have just gone in, and that is not the way we operate. We dialogue with people so that at the end of the day, there will be a win-win for all parties. And I am so happy that we could have gone to the point to have this thing resolved. The actual taking down of the jetty, it will take a little time to do so because of the logistics. A barge would have to be brought in to take off those slabs. Because we can't just knock it down and have the slabs in the water. We need to take the slabs out and place them in a safe area because the slabs can be reused. And I am sure that Mr. Gillett may have use for the slabs. What we must be mindful of is that the Tobago House of Assembly would have taken the decision to take the jetty down through the kind cooperation of Mr. Gillett. When the jetty is taken down and the area is cleared, we are going to meet with the fisher folk of the area and the community on a whole to decide on the way forward as it relates to a new facility. We would have already started developing some designs through collaboration with some of the fisher folk in the area. However, we want to ensure that everyone is brought into the picture. So we will have a community consultation which will entail all sector of the community coming together so that we could talk this thing over and develop a design brief for the new jetty. We have the Main Ridge Visitor Center at Bloody Bay. And that visitor center was constructed to bring to visitors some information or the necessary information and education that is necessary for people who are traversing the area. We would have started operations there, and there are some concession boats that were constructed, and I am pleased to say that we are going to be handing over the keys to the worthy recipients. There were people who were there selling various things for over 22 years. And those people will continue to ply their trade in that area. All four recipients will be or persons who would have been plying their trade there over some time. So we are not going to be displacing anyone. Those people will be afforded their keys sometime later this month, next month, sorry, in March. So I want to assure the people out at that end that the visitor center is in operation, and they can access that area for, as I said before, for information to educate themselves and to educate their children. What also at that visitor center, the Division of Tourism and Transport is a part of the use of that facility. They will have their shops there that will be engaged with the sales of souvenir and memorabilia, and they will operate from that area, giving out the valuable information via the internet or through telephone, or people actually come into the facility. I want the public to be aware that the visitor center is theirs. It is placed there for a reason, and it is for the assistance of all of us where the main ridge operation is concerned. Because you could learn about birds, you could learn about animals, you could learn, you could get information on the various trails that we have out there, and what you can access at the various trails.
Thank you for staying with us for the Tobago House of Assembly's Post-Executive Council Media Briefing for the week ending February 28, 2015.